in the disclaimer when they say like no animals were harmed during this,
Yeah,
the making of this, many taste buds were harmed
they were
during
all
the making.
harmed. They were all harmed for me.
Welcome everyone to our first session of Burning Questions, where we ask burning hot questions with burning hot wings. Today, I am your host, Ryan J. Whitehead, and with me today, my co-hosts, introducing Sasha. Sasha, how you doing, buddy?
Doing very well, Ryan. How are you?
Good. Tell us a little bit about yourself. This is your first time, big debut in Discovery Expo.
Yeah, honestly, a bit nervous. I'm really not a hot sauce type of guy. I mean, ketchup is my limit usually. So they're making me nervous, man.
So here we go. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about some hot sauce, and then we're talking today about coaching and developing others and how it can help us in our professional life. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. So as you mentioned, coaching and developing others, we're going to talk about it more on a professional side, but most definitely you can use what we're going to talk about today for your personal life as well. It's taking those small little points and using them for pretty much anywhere in your life. We're going to divide it into 3 segments. So we're going to talk about fish philosophy. Maybe some of you out there have already heard about it. The Golden Circle, which is honestly one of my favorite TED Talks. And we're going to talk about the Grow model as well.
All right, sweet. So let's get into the first hot sauce here. So let's pick it up. We got Frank's Red Hot, and I believe you have the original one as well.
I actually have the extra hot version. I went all in. Yeah, brutal.
Woo!
I got my milk, don't worry, I'm ready.
All right, so let's get to it. Let's open up the bottle. And one rule of thumb here, you gotta be careful when you pour out the hot sauce because it looks like it comes out slowly. That's deceiving.
How many drops are you putting there?
I've now familiarized myself with the red hot, so I'm putting about 4 drops.
Okay, yeah, that's what it looks like for me.
Mm-hmm. All right, my friend, we're gonna raise the wing.
Raise the wing. It smells hot.
Cheers. Let's just do it. Let's see it. Not bad.
That's actually not bad. Okay, I'm feeling it a bit.
If you can give a really visual description of the burning you're feeling in your mouth.
It's toning down, which is not bad, but like it's in the back. I'm not used to it. I really don't eat spicy. I'm not just saying that. It's just a pretty big burn all around my mouth. But I'm not excited for these at all.
All right, yeah.
It's toning down.
Right,
I'm not that bad. It's not that
bad. Okay, good. All right, so let's talk about the first one. So you mentioned a couple different methods here, but let's deep dive into the fish philosophy first. Tell us about it.
Yeah, definitely. So some of you have probably seen the video of fish philosophy. It's all about the attitude, right? So you can use this, again, I mentioned at the beginning, you can use it for your professional life, but also your personal life. And it's small little things like having a good attitude at work, coming in with a smile, just having a positive outlook. So just to mention, so this is a way that you can kind of help customers, help yourself. It's with your colleagues, with your managers. You can apply it pretty much with anybody, anywhere. And I'll give you a concrete example. Let's say a customer comes in and you have a big smile and you're cracking jokes with the customer, and you're having a good time with that customer, and you're making that customer feel like you're the main priority, that you understand exactly what they're feeling, that you want to resolve the situation, really putting it hands-on. It's going to create a relationship with the customer that's going to last longer than just the fact that he's going to leave the store and not remember. He's going to want to come back. he's going to want that kind of attention and that type of show of when he comes to your store, he's getting a certain level of service. And now you're going to think, okay, well, does this just apply to customers? And the truth is, no, it applies to really anybody in the store. If you're talking with your colleagues and you have a positive outlook and you're having a good time with your colleagues while you're working, it's just going to create a positive work environment. You're going to be excited to go in the next day. You're going to finish the day. You won't necessarily be as tired or as happy to leave, or you're not going to have that sense of wow, this was really work. You're going to be excited to do it. And then for your managers, they're going to notice it. They're going to notice that you're helping customers with a positive attitude, that your customers are going to trust you a bit more because you're going to build that relationship. They might follow your suggestions a bit more. We've all had customers that you know exactly what they want, and you know that it's not the right product for them, but you know there's not much you can do. But if you build that relationship with a positive attitude, sometimes they'll listen to you more, and your managers might notice that. And last but not least, one of the things for managers, just having a positive work environment is going to reduce your employee retention, right? Because employees are going to be happy to work there. They're going to want to stay there. And that's something that every business can work on, because employee retention is always an issue pretty much everywhere. You want to keep your employees there. So all around fish philosophy, you can apply it anywhere. I really recommend it.
So, all right, Sasha, we're now going into Tabasco. Now, again, I decided to go for the original, and you said take another one up on me here. Which one did you get?
I got the habanero, which I read on the box is the worst of all of the Tabasco, the spiciest one. So I don't know why I did this to myself, but I guess I just hate myself a little bit. And yeah, we're going to see how much I hate myself, I guess.
All right, 3 or 4 should do it. Yeah, that's good. All right, cheers your way.
Cheers.
And let's go for it. Okay. Woo! Woo! Slow burn. Slow burn. Oh
yeah, it's getting worse.
Oh man. Woo. Oh
yeah, it's getting really worse. Whew.
Let's talk about the golden circle and how that applies to the field.
Yeah. The golden circle is a theory and like something that Simon Sinek talked about in his TED Talk, and he wrote a book which is Start With Why, and that's kind of the main focus of the golden circle. And what he's trying to talk about is how most organizations explain how they work and what their business model is, instead of what they should be doing and what some of them are doing and how it's working. So I'll kind of dive into that a little bit more. Wow, it's not leaving, it's still burning pretty bad. So most customers or most organizations across the world, they know exactly what they're doing, right? For example, a car company, they know that they're producing cars. A computer company is producing computers, and it can be products and services. So let's say a hair salon, they're offering haircuts. So every organization knows exactly what they're doing. Otherwise, it's a bit of a problem. And then the second question you have to ask yourself, or organizations need to ask themselves, is how do they do it? How do they differentiate themselves? And that question, most organizations have the answer. How do they differentiate themselves? Well, maybe they offer safe cars, they offer great gas mileage, they offer a lot of tech within the car. It's how do you differentiate yourself from your competitors? That's a pretty easy question as well. And the last question, which brings us to the title of his book, is the why. Now, most people think, well, organizations just want to make money, they want to make profit, and that's true, but it's a result. It's not the why, because every organization across the planet ends up making money or a profit, because that's just when you have a product and you're different from your competitors, you're going to end up selling your product and making money. But the why is, why does this organization exist? And as a consumer is, why do I care? right? Why would I come to your product instead of the other? So the why is super important. And since we are Microsoft, I'm going to use Microsoft's example. Microsoft's mission statement is to empower every single person and organization across the world to achieve more, right? That's their mission statement. That's why they exist. Before they even start creating a product or service or anything they do across the board, they always think about how can this help people achieve more than what they're doing right now. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to give you an example in store. Let's say a customer walks in and the salesman or the person helping them out says, okay, what are you looking for? And the customer says, I'm looking for a laptop, or I'm looking for a device to work from home, or especially work from home now, right? And then they ask the questions, they figure it out, they bring into the Surface table, so our wonderful Surface family, and ends up showing the Surface Pro 7. So they have the choice. They can either say, here's the Surface Pro 7. It's different because you can detach it from the type cover. It's extremely lightweight. It's very versatile. It's a great overall product made with extreme detail. Are you interested? So that's one way of presenting it. Maybe a lot of people out there actually do that right now with any product that they're offering. And that can work. But the way Simon Sinek presents it is the complete opposite. And that's what Microsoft is trying to do and achieving, is starting with the why. So before the customer comes with you to the Surface table, you can take a minute with them and say, listen, before I show you the product, I just wanted to let you know that Microsoft's goal is to make sure that the product you choose is going to help you achieve more, right? We want you to be even more productive. And so when you get to the table and you start mentioning all those great benefits, this product is super handy for when you're working because it's extremely lightweight. You can bring it from customer to customer. There's the touch screen that's incredible, and you can add all those amazing accessories. Are you interested? So two different ways of presenting the product, but one is way more efficient, and it allows the customer to familiarize themselves with the whole organization instead of just one product in general. So that's kind of what Simon Sinek is trying to get organizations to understand. I really recommend you watching his TED Talk. It's amazing. I think you've seen it before, Ryan. It's really, it gets down to exactly what organizations need to understand.
This is where we both bring in our own unique hot sauces to the table. So the one I brought is called Number 7 Mexican Hot Sauce. It's a habanero, which by the looks of what you had, it's going to really, really burn. Now, what I like about the bottle I brought is it says extra hot, but they didn't include the E. So that means that this is like a different kind of extra hot. So this is going to be interesting for me. What did you bring, Sasha?
I didn't know that. I don't have an E either. I have 3 X's for extra hot sauce, which does not look good. No. And it's habanero as well. Yeah. It looks pretty bad to be honest. So excited to try that out.
All right.
Okay.
So I've never tried this one yet, so this is going to be new territory for me. I tried to keep it safe because I'm the host here. I can't die.
Should have told me that before. I would have done the same.
All right, here you go, buddy. Cheers. Let's do this.
Whoa.
Okay. Oh my God.
Oh wow, oh my God. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh wow, I'm not excited for the next one. I don't even know how you describe this. Why do people buy this? That's my question that I don't understand. Oh.
Okay. All right, man. All right, let's get into the third question. Tell us about the acronym GROW and how that helps us.
Yeah, so the acronym GROW is actually 4 different words. So it's I can't even think. It's so bad. Okay, I'm getting into it. So first of all, it's goals, reality, obstacles, and options for O, and W is way forward. So we're going to talk a little bit about more. So for goals, this is for your professional life as well as your personal life. When you're looking at your goals and you're setting up your goals, you want to think about either having a plan for it, right? So you want to know exactly what you're doing. And I have actually a few facts that are really interesting from a Harvard business case that was done. It's out of 100% of the people that were there, there's actually 83% of the people that participated that had absolutely no goals. And I'm not saying that they don't have any objectives in life, but they don't have any set goals. They're kind of going day to day. And 14% of that pool of people, they had goals, but they didn't really have them written down. It was more of they were thinking, they kind of had an idea of where they were going. They had a few goals in mind, and only 3% of them had written goals. Now, that information alone doesn't really give you a clear idea of what it is to set your own goals. So there's the extra information, and this is really, really great. Out of the 100%, the 14% that had goals in mind but didn't write them down, compared to the 83% that just didn't have any set goals, they actually achieved 10 times more growth and more success than the people that didn't have any set goals. So just general success, they were doing 10 times the people that didn't have any set goals. And the 3%, the small 3% that had written goals, which is just taking that extra minute, writing down what you're looking to do, they were doing 3 times more goals. They were achieving them than the 14%. So just to give you an idea, if you write down your goals compared to not having any goals, you're almost 30 times more likely to achieve your goals and have more success in your own life. So it's a small little thing that you can do, and it's just gonna skyrocket your professional life or your personal life in ways that you can't even imagine. So goals are super important, but the rest is that follows as well. So reality, not everybody starts exactly at the same space, right? Now, if you're starting school, you're not at the same place as if you're already done school and you're already working. So you have to realize where you are at this point in time, and what can you do from now to the next year, 2 years, 5 years to achieve those goals. Your options and obstacles. So you're gonna have obstacles in front of you. It's great if you know what they are, because you can plan ahead. And then you can plan on different options that you can choose from to really make sure that you're going to achieve your goal. And finally, the way forward, which is the last letter of this acronym, is, are you tracking your progress, right? Are you looking every single, it could be week, day, it could be hour, it depends on your goal. Are you looking how you're tracking your progress and how it's looking up for that end date of finishing your achieving your goal? So that's just a general rule of thumb of how to set your goals and how to make sure that you're going to get to that point where you've achieved them.
For the fourth one, I brought this one in here. It's called Pepper North. It's blueberry plague hot sauce, and it has a heat index here. And if you guys can see here, this heat index, it's 3/4 of the way there, 3/4 hot. 7 out of 10. Actually, I just noticed those numbers now. And this is blueberries with scorpion peppers.
That looks bad, Ryan.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. All right. What did you bring, Sasha?
So it's the same. It's similar to the third one that I just tried out, but it's green hot sauce, habanero. And again, I looked it up. It's the worst of El Yucateco. It's I keep saying worst. It's the spiciest. For me, it's the worst, but the spiciest of their line. So yeah, I'm excited to try that out.
Let's crack it open and be very careful how we pour this, because it comes out.
It's the last one. We should pour a bit more, I think.
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
All right, raise your wing. And just to show you guys, there's the sauce on mine.
You see all that sauce?
All right. Oh, yeah. Good luck. All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Good luck.
Good luck. Woo, man. Oh, that is a sweet burn.
I keep trying to breathe and it's just worse and worse every time. The milk's not even helping. Oh my God.
Take it easy.
That one is really bad. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't understand why somebody would buy this. Oh my God.
You know in the disclaimer when they say like no animals were harmed during this, the making of this, many taste buds were harmed.
They were all
during the
harmed.
making.
They were all harmed for me.
Mine's like a cold fire. If I could describe it, it's a cold
Cold
fire.
fire. That's, yeah. You know what? I like that. I'm gonna go with that.
Whew. Okay, so on our fourth one here, we kind of alluded to it in the last question, but let's deep dive into it. How do you build goals? We always talk about like have goals, go out there with goals, handle a task with goals, but how does one, just create goals from scratch?
Yeah. So great question. There's actually a technique that's called the SMART technique. And I keep saying this, it's so bad. Okay, so there's the SMART technique, which is another acronym. It's specific, measurable, assignable, realistic, and timely goals. So you can use all of this when, sorry. I don't have it here. Okay. Yeah, so you want to use these when you're figuring out your goals, because you want to put all your chances on your side of achieving your goals. There's nothing worse than setting up a goal and not being able to reach it or not getting close to it. And these are ways that you can actually try to avoid that. So first things first, you want specific goals. You're better off having multiple specific goals than one that's super broad and general, because you want to make sure that once you've achieved it, you feel that sense of accomplishment, and that's something you're looking for in your goals. The second one is measurable. Wow, sorry. So you want measurable goals. You want to be able to say, I'll be able to achieve it in, let's say, 6 months, or I need to raise this amount of money, or I need to get this grade. You want to add a little bit of numbers to your goal where it's possible. And even if it's not necessarily as concrete as numbers, you can always use a timeline, which is our fourth one as well, but we'll get to that, our fifth one. The third one is assignable. It can be attainable or achievable. All these words work out. You want to make sure that your goal is realistic, or it's not realistic. Sorry, I'm all mixed up here. You want it to be achievable. You want it to understand, why are you doing it? Is there an added value for you when you're looking at this goal? So to give you an example, if you're in school and you want an A+, or you want that high grade, what's the added value for you? Well, you'll be able to get into a better university, or you'll be able to present that on your resume when you leave school. And this for your personal life, but for your professional life as well. When you have goals for your business, or you have sales goals, if you understand why you need that, because if you have higher sales goals, or you have attainable sales goals, it's going to enhance your business overall. So very important, that one. The other one I talked about very briefly is realistic. If you're putting, you're putting goals that you're never going to be able to attain, you're just going to kind of push them aside, or you're not going to have that sense of achievement at the end. You're always going to kind of feel bad of not obtaining them. So you're better off setting smaller goals, reaching them and moving forward. You don't want to necessarily reach for the skies on the first try. You want to build up that momentum. And once you've attained 1 or 2 or 3 different goals, and it's going along great for your business or for your professional life or personal life, you're going to feel that sense of, wow, things are going good, and you're going to want to do more and more and more, which brings me to my last one, timely. The when, where am I going to be in 6 months? When am I going to attain this level of my goal? When you want to know, you want to have a good timeline of what it's going to look like. Before I forget, this hot sauce made me forget. The secret word of the day for the quiz after is SMART. So you just have to enter that word SMART. That's going to be your answer for the secret word. So don't forget it. These are small techniques that you can use when you're setting up your goal. So within the GROW model that we talked about previously, the G, which for me is the most important part, setting your goals, you want to kind of follow these 5 rules, if you want, and it's going to help you out so much for your professional personal life.
Sasha, man, thank you so much. You did it. How do you feel?
I am happy that I achieved my goal of the day, but I'm never doing this again. If that's these are way too spicy for me. I'm gonna stick to ketchup.